The Vikings, Smitty, have continued, apparently, to explore multiple options for a veteran quarterback addition, whether through free agency or a trade. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers' options are now focused on the Steelers and Giants. Tom Pelissero says that the Vikings are moving forward with J.J. McCarthy as their QB. And the team plans on adding a veteran, but are not pursuing Aaron Rodgers. So,
wow.
That leaves the Steelers and
Giants,
Smitty. And I'll be honest, I don't know if we could show it or not, but Cam Hayward had some things to say about him. Everyone's talked about it already. And I got to be honest, Smitty, the Steelers' best option at quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. Make no mistake about it. But even his own possible future teammates are fed up with his antics. Cam Hayward has said either shit or get out the pot, basically, Smitty. And you either want to be a Steeler or you don't. In summarization, that's basically what he said. You have a contract, Aaron. Sign it or retire. But holding us ransom is not going down, basically, is what Cam Hayward said. Who are you, Aaron Rodgers? You're a 41-year-old with his best football that's behind you, who hasn't won when it matters most, and has only one ring to show for all that talent. Agree or disagree with Cam Hayward and his take on Aaron Rodgers, Smitty? I absolutely do. You?
I mean, well, let me respond to this initial news of the Vikings moving on with J.J. McCarthy. I think it's the wrong decision right now, only because, not because I don't know what J.J. McCarthy is going to be. He might end up being a really good quarterback, but like I said yesterday, I think the Vikings are ready to win right now. And to me, J.J. McCarthy isn't a right now quarterback. He's not a win right now guy. There's no way you can expect this guy pretty much in his rookie year to lead you guys to the promised land. So, again, we can argue and say we won about Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers has been to 5 NFC championship games. He's been to a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl. Yeah, there's only one, but only so many quarterbacks in the history of the game have even won one. So that's still, he shows you that he's capable of doing that. And I just believe that, look at his numbers last year, even though it was a down year, it was still, compared to most quarterbacks around the league, still middle of the pack, even above middle of the pack. If you put that veteran experience of Aaron Rodgers on this Vikings team, who got even better this all season, I think they could be a true Super Bowl contender. So to me, I think they're making a mistake. But now that it's only the Steelers and the Giants as pretty much his only options, I'm leaning towards, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to go ahead and hang it up and retire. He's not going to play with the Giants because why? Why do you want to? They're in full rebuild mode. They're not winning a thing. And then number two, to your point with the Steelers, Cam Hayward coming out here saying, listen, we're not doing all that little darkness retreats. Listen, either you want to play or you don't. That's the pitch. That's the pitch. As a football player, the D lineman, I love it. I love the energy. But on the flip side, though, I don't think this helped the situation with bringing Aaron Rodgers in. Like, Aaron not even in the locker room yet. Aaron ain't even made a decision yet. And your leader on your team is already kind of putting out, let's just call it like negative energy when it comes to your quarterback. Like, you could tell he's already kind of like somewhat irritated with Aaron Rodgers already. He's not even in the damn locker room. So
let's hear him, Smitty. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to it real quick while you're talking about exactly that. Let's show it real quick.
Let's do it.
Called you and we're like, we need you to follow him into the darkness for a couple days. He says if you come down there with him, he's signing. Are you going to be off the grid for a little bit, go to the darkness and try to get this guy? We need you. You're our best recruiter. I'm about to get into Darius Slay, and it sounds like you recruited him too. So we need you to start recruiting. Get that NIL bag out like you did at Ohio State.
I ain't doing that or darkness retreat. I don't need any of that crap. Like, either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. That's simple. That's the pitch. Like, if you want me to recruit, that's the recruiting pitch. Pittsburgh Steelers. If you want to be part of it, so be it. If you don't, no skin on my back.
Yeah, first of all, like, hearing the full thing, the question was a setup off the back. So shout out to the guy who's doing the podcast or whatever. That's what you're supposed to do to an extent when you're hosting. You want to like create these viral moments and big moments. The question was just like a setup off the back. He's creating a hypothetical scenario saying, in the event that Aaron Rodgers invites you to a darkness retreat and you have to go out there to recruit him, are you doing it? Like, nah, ain't nobody doing no darkness. We ain't never heard of a darkness retreat until this past year. You going to ask Cam Hayward, are you going to do that? So like the more I'm listening to it, the less of an actual quote unquote, I think, shot it is per se. And then even as I hear his second part of his answer saying that you want my recruiting pitch, if you want to be a Steeler, be a Steeler. I don't think he was even saying that directly, individually, and solely to Aaron Rodgers. I think that was more of a broad statement for anybody who's thinking about coming to the Steelers at all, whether it was the Darius Slay, who he name dropped, who's I think is going, who's a Steeler right now, or any other free agent. He's saying this is my pitch in general. If I'm a recruiter, this is what I'm saying. You want to be a Steeler, be a Steeler. If not, then don't worry about it. I don't think that was really directed at Aaron Rodgers, just himself. So that's my opinion. Now I'm listening to it fully again.
Yeah, well, they said his name, so I don't know. Usually when you say a name and talk about Darkness Retreat, you're talking about Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what you're talking about, but it is what it is.
Well, you're a micro figure, so you probably wouldn't understand the full quote.
What I do agree with, though, what I do agree with what you say, you made a good point. You kind of like, are you fucking up and pushing off your last option? I'm going to be honest with you, Steelers and Cam Hayward. You can be honest and truthful, but as Smitty says, two things can be true. You guys have no one close to Aaron Rodgers left in the world to operate your offense. You don't have a quarterback out there that exists. Not in the draft class, not Russell Wilson. We've seen the Russell Wilson experiment. He is probably edging towards being a backup in this league right now. Russell Wilson could end up in Minnesota and back up J.J. McCarthy as a leader, veteran leader on that roster at the end of the day. Or because for some reason, everyone seems to have passed on Russell Wilson. Cleveland passed. The Giants have passed. And
have the Giants passed? Is that news that I didn't hear about?
He visited them without a contract offer. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has offers on a contract. I mean, I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me. All I know is this. Aaron Rodgers is the best possible quarterback for your team this year. I don't know about next year. I don't know about the future this year. So all I'm saying. So did Cam Hayward push him away to your point? I don't know, Smitty. I don't know. But I do like standing on business, saying you either want to be a Steeler or you don't. There's no way Cam Hayward said that unless he knew Aaron Rodgers had a contract on his desk. Because if you don't have a contract and you haven't been offered, then you'd be putting your foot in your mouth, Cam Hayward, right? And he didn't. He knows. I mean, it's already out there. He knows there's a contract out there. Or Cam Hayward wouldn't have said that, in my opinion. Because if there's no contract, now you look stupid for saying that. And then Aaron comes out and says, look, man, I never even got offered a contract from you guys. Why are you putting me under the fucking pressure? So obviously there's a contract out there, Smitty. And if there is a contract out there, Cam Hayward's basically saying, hey, man, you either want to be a Steeler or you don't. And I get that too. But at the same time, to your point, you could be pushing the motherfucker away. And I don't think you're going to push Aaron Rodgers into a retirement. He's not that weak-minded of a cat. He's going to do his thing his way. He's going to walk to his own beat. And we already know. And to be honest, I think a lot of the world's so politically motivated nowadays, Smitty, that if you're on one side or the other, you're loved or you're hated by both sides. And think about what he did during the COVID whole thing and all the shit that he took, just like Kyrie Irving did. Guess what, Smitty? You know, political affiliates out there do not like that. So guess what? A lot of hate is out there for Aaron Rodgers because of the stance he took. A lot of hate is out there for Kyrie Irving because of the stance he took. So there's a lot of that going on too. Don't make no mistake about it. So like, really at this point though, Smitty, the bottom line is to me, it is redundant and exhausting. And at some point you get over it, especially when we're talking about a 41-year-old quarterback who will be 42 in December. It's time to move on sometimes, Smitty. So I don't know how much longer you can wait if you're Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, because at what point do you make up and go get you a quarterback? What's the quarterback? Like, who's going to be your quarterback, Smitty? That's all I'm saying.
All Justin Fields. You got Russell Wilson flying around, meeting with other teams. You know, Darnold already signed with the Seahawks. For a hot second, people thought Stafford was going to be available. Obviously, he re-signed with the Rams. You got Jameis out there as an option. I think it's a good option if you can't sign Rodgers. But still, I don't know if James is gonna get you over the top. He'll sustain you, but I don't think he'll get you over the top. It sounds like Kirk is staying with the Falcons. So yeah, you're just limited right now, honestly. Unless you want to, I don't know what the answer is. I think you just gotta. Hopefully, you hope that at this point now that the Vikings have made this stance, you would hope and think that Aaron Rodgers would come out and make a decision in the next 48 hours. On if there is the offer on the table, which I think it is from the Steelers, then we would hope that Aaron would just come out and be like, all right, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm not doing. Because it's not like he has so many options. It's not like he's a 5-star recruit at this point of his career and he has 29 offers from all around the country. Nah, Aaron Rodgers right now is a 3-star guy like Big Smitty, like me. He got one or two offers, and so it ain't too many choices, homie. You want a full ride scholarship? You want to play football? Pick one of these schools and play. That's where Aaron is at right now in his career. He has to humble himself, and that's the decision to make. And to me, it's really only one offer because the Giants is not. That's an impossibility to go to the Giants and go out there and play good. Let me use your word. That makes no sense to go to the Giants right now in your career, unless you just want to stay in New York for business purposes and just turn up last year, just have fun, not care about nothing. If you care about winning at all and have a ending your career in a strong way, there's no way on God's green earth that you're going to the New York Giants. So to me, it's really just a Pittsburgh Steelers. That's the only team that's available. I would say my coach, but we got Daniel Jones, so we're probably not going to sign Aaron Rodgers. So really, it's just you got one team, Aaron. One team, either go there or retire. That's where we're at now.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, man. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, but